For years, Jackie Christie embodied the kind of wife reality television celebrates: loyal, outspoken when necessary, and fiercely protective of her husband. Through endless gossip cycles, whispered rumors, and blog headlines that twisted every story, she stood firmly beside Doug Christie. Whenever questions about his faithfulness surfaced, Jackie silenced the noise immediately. If a blog dared to connect Doug's name with the word affair, she responded with threats, used her industry connections, or redirected attention with a bigger distraction. In public, Jackie was poised, smiling in front-row seats, her hand resting calmly on Doug's arm. In private, she acted as her family's shield, maintaining their image while quietly carrying the emotional toll that never reached the media. But trust doesn't crack softly. It breaks all at once. And Jackie's breaking point arrived the day she saw that video. It was raw, unfiltered, and impossible to spin. There they were, Doug Christie and Malaysia Pargo, inside what was clearly a hotel suite. It wasn't a group meeting or casual dinner. The footage showed them close, affectionate, and unmistakably intimate. No captions or explanations were needed. The image told the story itself. To Jackie, it wasn't just betrayal. It was war. And it wasn't with a stranger or random woman. It was Malaysia, someone she had once defended, embraced, and trusted deeply. That kind of betrayal hit harder, cutting through every layer of loyalty she had built around her marriage. Jackie didn't cry or retreat in silence. What she felt wasn't sadness, it was fury. The kind of anger that grows louder with time, not weaker. That anger carried her straight into what would become one of the most unforgettable nights of her life. The evening was meant to be elegant, a high-profile fashion event filled with champagne, cameras, and chatter. Jackie arrived in a sleek black gown that fit her like armor. Her heels echoed against the marble floor, announcing her arrival before anyone even saw her. The room buzzed with celebrities and influencers, people who lived off gossip but pretended to be shocked when it unfolded in real life. Then Jackie saw her, Malaysia Pargo, shining in a silver dress, smiling as if untouched by the storm. That smile was the final spark. Without hesitation, Jackie reached for the wine glass in front of her. The red liquid caught the light as it flew across the room, shattering against Malaysia's cheek. Gasps filled the air. Phones came out. The event froze. Security rushed in, but not quickly enough. Jackie was already on the move, gripping Malaysia's hair, shouting through her rage. In the chaos, dresses tore, a heel snapped, and a table went crashing over. The entire room seemed suspended between shock and disbelief, watching a lifetime of loyalty erupt in one explosive moment. "You slept with my husband and smiled in my face," Jackie shouted, her voice cutting through the commotion. "You think I won't expose this entire industry?" Blood streamed from a small cut on Malaysia's temple as security finally separated them. Jackie Christie arrested, but Jackie wasn't finished. Even as police arrived, she strained against their grip, eyes locked on Malaysia as if she'd fight through anyone just to land one more blow. Minutes later, she was in handcuffs. Cameras captured every second as she was escorted out, chin high, fury unshaken. Even in cuffs, she appeared defiant, like a woman wronged but unwilling to bow down. By the time she was booked, the footage had already exploded online. Instagram loops, Twitter threads, and TMZ headlines dominated feeds. Jackie Christie erupts, wine glass assault at fashion event. Hashtags trended instantly, Jackie strikes back. Red carpet revenge, a Malaysia mess. The internet did what it always does, split into two opposing sides. Team Jackie praised her loyalty and passion, arguing she was standing up for herself after deep betrayal. Clips from past reunions resurfaced beside the infamous wine glass moment, calling it her ultimate form of retaliation. Team Malaysia, on the other hand, called the act violent and irresponsible, labeling it unprofessional and inexcusable. The debate grew so intense that even people unfamiliar with the show joined the conversation. Malaysia's response. Her team moved quickly, issuing statements to the press claiming the attack was unprovoked and excessive. They confirmed she was seeking medical attention and considering legal action. Photos soon surfaced of Malaysia backstage, paramedics tending to her bruised face, her dress torn at the strap, her expression visibly shaken. Jackie spent the night in a holding cell, pacing the concrete floor. She didn't cry, didn't sleep, just whispered one word again and again: Malaysia. The next morning, she was released on bail. Thanks to her lawyer, no mugshot was made public. Instead, a formal statement was issued. Jackie Christie is a victim of emotional sabotage and public humiliation. She was pushed past her breaking point by deliberate betrayal. She will fully cooperate with the investigation while seeking accountability for those responsible. The message was intentional. It positioned her not as the aggressor, but as someone emotionally cornered and reacting to betrayal. Her supporters rallied behind her, seeing the altercation not as violence, but as long overdue justice. Malaysia's post less than a day after Jackie's release. Malaysia broke her silence with an Instagram post, a black background with white text reading, "I choose peace. I am hurt, but I will not respond with hate." Her comments, filled with messages of love and support, but also speculation she chose not to address. Then came the twist. 2 days later, screenshots appeared on gossip blogs, messages allegedly from Doug Christie to Malaysia. One line stood out. "It meant nothing. You know I love my wife." The leak flipped the narrative completely. Suddenly, Malaysia wasn't seen as the other woman. She became the one publicly embarrassed and discarded. Sympathy shifted sharply. The internet had found its new villain, and Doug Christie took center stage in that role. Doug's silence through it all. Doug remained quiet. No interviews, no posts, no clarifications, just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. By now, every gossip outlet had its own theory. Some claimed Malaysia leaked the messages herself to regain attention, while others speculated that producers orchestrated the entire situation for ratings. But one whisper kept spreading, that everything had been planned behind the scenes. A setup. If that were true, Jackie's breakdown wasn't just emotional, it was orchestrated. And in the world of reality TV, a staged breakdown could destroy reputations for good. Jackie wasn't about to let that happen quietly, not when more truth was waiting to surface. Jackie's arrival. The morning after the red carpet chaos, downtown Los Angeles felt like a live drama unfolding in real time. News vans lined the courthouse steps before sunrise. Cameras fixed on the doors where the city's most talked-about feud would play out. Inside, tension hung thick in the air. Jackie Christie arrived first, stepping out of a black SUV in a crimson power suit that looked ready for battle. The color was intentional. She knew how it would photograph. Her chin stayed high, her stride steady, her eyes hidden behind oversized sunglasses that added to her composure. Behind her followed 2 lawyers and a young assistant gripping a case file as if it contained state secrets. Malaysia's arrival. Moments later, Malaysia Pargo appeared. Large designer shades concealed most of her face, but faint swelling and a small healing cut peeked through her makeup. She wore a cream-colored dress that suggested calm, though her stiff posture told another story. Her lawyers surrounded her like a shield, one occasionally guiding her through the crush of reporters calling her name. Then came the man at the center of it all, Doug Christie. He entered alone. No lawyers, no allies. Just the weight of 2 broken relationships and a scandal strong enough to undo years of credibility. Even the judge paused slightly, recognizing the storm he had brought into the courtroom. The evidence proceedings began with the formal reading of charges: misdemeanor assault, possible felony enhancement for bodily harm, and civil claims for emotional distress. Outside, the media crowded around. Most expected Jackie to avoid them or let her lawyer handle it. Instead, she stopped, removed her sunglasses, and faced the microphones. "You can't steal what was already rotting," she said calmly. "Malaysia didn't destroy my marriage. Doug did. But I let it rot. That's on me." The line spread online within minutes. It was blunt, raw, and unexpectedly self-aware. For the first time, Jackie wasn't just the angry spouse. She was a woman acknowledging her part in the damage. It made her more relatable, and ironically, even more powerful in the public eye. the prenup. When court resumed, Jackie's legal team presented a clause from her marriage contract, one stating that any extramarital affair causing public embarrassment or financial loss would result in the guilty party forfeiting shared assets. The courtroom fell silent. If enforced, Doug stood to lose nearly everything: homes, investments, joint ventures. He tried to object, his voice cracking, but the judge silenced him with a sharp gavel tap. The day might have ended there, but Malaysia's lawyer wasn't done. Holding her client's hand, she asked to make one final statement before adjournment. The judge agreed. Malaysia's voice trembled at first. "I never meant to fall for Doug," she said. "I was vulnerable and he took advantage of that. But I didn't leak the tape. I never wanted to hurt Jackie. I just wanted to matter." Then she reached into her bag and placed a white envelope before the judge. "This is a DNA test for my unborn child," she said. The room went silent. "Doug Christie," she continued, "is the father." Time seemed to freeze. Jackie's pen slipped from her hand and hit the table, echoing through the courtroom. Doug's knees buckled as if the floor beneath him had given way. Malaysia, her voice trembling yet resolute, met Jackie's eyes and spoke softly across the courtroom. "I didn't plan this, but you deserve the truth, and this is mine." The judge immediately ordered a closed hearing. Reporters and onlookers were escorted out, but the damage was already irreversible. Outside, chaos erupted. Journalists shouted updates into their cameras. By the time Jackie reached her car, TMZ had already dropped the headline, "Malaysia Pargo pregnant, Doug Christie confirmed father after courtroom shock." Within the hour, Jackie collapse was trending. Helicopters circled her gated neighborhood. Paparazzi gathered at her driveway. Social media exploded with theories. Was this the end, or the beginning of something darker? Then Jackie vanished. For 72 hours, no one saw her. In a city where scandals age fast, 3 days felt like months. Blogs, gossip shows, and entertainment panels speculated endlessly. Some claimed she'd flown overseas to escape the drama. Others insisted she was downtown, plotting her next move with a crisis team. But the truth was far simpler and smarter. Jackie wasn't hiding. She was thinking. She understood something most don't during a public downfall. Silence can be louder than words. She let the noise consume itself until the exact moment she could reclaim the story. That moment came on a quiet Sunday night. No red carpet, no warning, just an Instagram live notification. Jackie Christie is going live. Within minutes, thousands joined. She appeared in black, not glamorous black, but the deep, somber kind of mourning. "No makeup, no filters, just raw honesty." "He gave her a child," she said calmly. "While I was fighting to save my marriage, he was building something new with someone else." "And y'all think I'm the crazy one?" "No, I'm done." The chat exploded with reactions, hearts, flames, and messages of support, but Jackie wasn't there for applause. She reached for a stack of papers and held them up. "These," she said, "are divorce papers. It's over for real. No breakdown. No theatrics. Just closure. Let the world have Doug. Let Malaysia raise her child in peace. I'm choosing me. From now on, I won't bleed for anyone who wouldn't do the same for me." She ended the live abruptly. No goodbye, no smirk. Just a black screen. Within hours, the clip dominated the internet. Celebrities reposted it. Influencers dissected every line. Hashtags shifted from Jackie strikes back to Jackie walks away and crown unshaken. The next morning, Malaysia responded quietly. She posted a warm-toned photo of a sonogram captioned, "New beginnings." No shame, just truth. No names, no blame. Just a soft statement that divided public opinion. Some called it grace. Others, avoidance. Doug, meanwhile, decided to speak. He appeared on The Breakfast Club, hoping to charm his way through. But once the interview went online, backlash hit instantly. "Too late for your truth," one comment read. "You embarrassed 2 women and now want sympathy?" No one's buying it. His career began to unravel. Endorsements vanished, his podcast was dropped, and public appearances were canceled. Even former teammates unfollowed him, one tweeting, "Doug used to be the man we respected. Now he's just a warning." Jackie, however, moved strategically. Within weeks, she secured a $2 million memoir deal titled Built from Broken, The Jackie Christie Story, a raw reflection on love, lies, and resilience. Pre-orders soared before a single chapter was released. Malaysia, too, found her footing. She landed a six-figure partnership with a parenting brand for single mothers. Her online presence became calm and minimal, health updates, inspirational posts, and quiet focus on motherhood. Whether genuine healing or PR polish, audiences kept watching. Jackie's true comeback came at a women's empowerment gala, her first major event since the Courtroom revelation. She arrived wearing the same red suit from that day, now tailored and flawless, a symbol reclaimed. As she took the stage, the room erupted. She paused, then said, "Pain reveals truth. And truth isn't pretty, but it sets you free. Real freedom is knowing when to walk away and when to rebuild. No names, no tears." But everyone understood. Doug, meanwhile, disappeared from the spotlight. Weeks later, paparazzi caught him entering a rehab facility. Officially, it was for emotional recovery and behavioral treatment. Unofficially, insiders said he'd lost everything. His marriage, his money, his respect. One source told a gossip site, "He's broke and trying to find peace, but maybe this is what he needed to grow."